Alright now, welcome back to my channel. Well, another day, another dollar. We're Nigel to pick this beauty up right here. This bad boy right here, look at it. K1 crank that we went 450s without his motor. The balance should be close to what my motor is in my car or whatever, because we got the same rod piston. So, I mean, I got Manly rods, he got K1, but they're same China, man. I went and got these bearings right here. He ordered them for me. So now all we gotta do is just get the motor out of this thing and get it tore down and start putting the crank in it. Caden's no-show on the truck kind of got me aggravated today, I ain't gonna lie. So Caden, he told me, he said when he got out of school today, come pick him up at 2 o'clock, he'd be done with all his schoolwork. So I told him yesterday, I was like, clean up around the house. Because Damien is great at cleaning. That kid goes to school, comes home and cleans it. So I told Damien, his mom wanted him to get a job to pay for his insurance and stuff. So I told Damien, I said, Damien, you do a good job around the house. I will cover your insurance. I'll pay you what you need to be paid. You just pick up around the house and keep doing what you're doing. Because you struggle enough in school. I think you need to focus on your school than to have to focus on a job. I'll take care of it, no problem. So that's what my YouTube money does. My YouTube money pays his insurance every month. The month he got his license was the month that I got paid, was the first month I got paid on YouTube. And so far, it's paid his insurance every month. And that's why I keep pumping these videos out. So that's my way of helping him. Let him have it. He cleans the house up. I give him his gas money of a week. And he cleans up the house. And he does great. But Caden is slack. He don't clean up like he should. And I've been on his butt for years about it because it aggravates me, because I come to work, bust my butt. His mama goes to work, busts his butt. His brother busts his butt at school and comes home and clean. But here, Caden likes to be a gamer. He likes to play games. So I figured getting him in the garage, it'll straighten that out of it. It'll make a man out of it. It'll mature him. So he's come down here the past 2 days and he has done great. Awesome. Freaking great. Well, he's like, Dad, he's like, pick me up there at 2 o'clock because I'll come to the garage. I was like, all right. So go throughout my day. I don't watch the clock or nothing like that. So I run by there earlier and he was playing the freaking Xbox. Hadn't cleaned the house up. So I was already a little aggravated about that. And I'm like, Caden. I was like, I'm going to run over to Nigel's. So okay, I'll leave, go to Nigel's. Well, then I get hungry. I said, well, I'll run back by the house and I'll make Caden fix me some soup or something. So I stopped by the house and I'm like, Caden, go fix me a little thing of soup. And I realized it's after 3 o'clock. So now I'm kind of really aggravated because it's not my responsibility to keep up with time to come pick you up. I feel like when I was a kid, if my dad said he was going to be there at 12 o'clock, if he wasn't there at 12 o'clock, I was calling him. If he wasn't there at 11:55, I was calling him, figuring out where you at. 11:50, I want to know, because when I have something I want to do, then I make sure that I'm not getting left behind, because I know people don't pay attention to the clock. So I'm like, Caden, fix your soup. So after waiting about 15 minutes, like I'm at McDonald's, I'm waiting forever. He goes, fix me some soup, I eat. I'm like, all right, son. I said, well, I'm going to go into the garage or whatever. I said, I guess you ain't going to go work on your truck today. He's like, no, hold on, I'll go with you, Dad. I was like, no, if you really wanted to go, you would have called me at 2 o'clock. He said, well, you stopped by here at 2 o'clock. He said, I looked at the clock at 12 o'clock and I knew you was coming. You were going to pick me up at 2. He said, but then you said you was going to night. I said, well, why didn't you get in the vehicle with me? I personally, truly don't believe that the fastest people stay on Facebook, stay online arguing and all. I don't think I feel like the fastest person that there are the people that spend the time in the garage. The people that truly know what they're doing are the people that spend their time working on their vehicles, on their racing program. Not the people that play video games, not the people that do other stuff. I feel like the person that knows their stuff is the fastest people that you know. And I feel like you can make all the money in the world, but you can't buy back your time. So if you can find a job as a career that you can pay your bills but gives you the maximum amount of time that you can have, that's a no-brainer. That's the job I want. I don't care. You could give me a job making 3 times as much than what I make in my own garage right now. But say, hey, you got to work 80 hours this week, and I'm going to tell you I ain't interested. They say, hey, you got to work on Saturday. I'm not interested. Hey, you got to work Sundays. Not happening. You got to work a Thursday night. No, I'm good. I'll go live in a tent before I work on the times on the things I do, my racing and stuff like that. So If I can get a job and make just enough or a little bit more, but I got as much time as I want, then I'm happy. And that's what I'm trying to relay to Caden is that there's some headers that need to be put on. There's an alternator bracket. There's a water pump. There's a radiator. Yeah, we don't have the transmission stuff yet, but there's still the motor side. There's the valve covers. There's the valve cover gaskets laid on the floor right beside of it. Needs to be put on it. There's a lot of stuff that can be getting buttoned up on that today that I feel like he chose to play Xbox over working on his truck. So to me, it's kind of like me punishing him, but I'm not going to pick him up. If he calls his mama right now and says, hey, Brandon, take me to the garage, or he asks his brother, hey, drop me off at the garage, I'll respect that. It's fine. But I'm not going to go pick him up after him missing his appointment day. Him not picking up the phone and calling me, I'm not going to pick him up. So he'll miss today, and if he wants to get his truck ready, then he'll be down here tomorrow to work on his truck. If he's not tomorrow, then the next day. Because I don't care. My stuff's going to be ready. You can best believe. I don't care how long it takes me tonight. This motor's going to be out of this car. We're going to have it flipped upside down. And by this weekend, this motor's going to be back in this car. We're going to be ready to race. April 1st, when Shady Side Outlaws open, we will be there. No matter what, we're going to be there. But I have my priorities in check. I'm not at home playing Xbox. So, Caden, if you want to be racing, I suggest you get your priorities right because your truck's sitting here. I'm not going to go through and pamper and baby you. If you're going to race it, you're going to race it. Heck, I'll put the truck together myself. I'll race it. But if you want to legitimately race, I suggest you put that controller down and get down here and get to working on this truck. All right, now, well, went ahead and got turbo kit off of it. Just crammed over here to the side for now. I'll probably have to jack it up to get my engine stand or my hoist underneath the car. I'll jack the car up when I get underneath it and just pull it out. Now I gotta go through and I got my harness. The Pro harness is real nice. Trying to leave all this connected. I got a couple vacuum lines. I gotta pull that little plate off, pull the throttle cable, unhook that. I gotta unhook my bell bolts and my converter bolts, my 2 motor mount bolts, and she'll be out. Oh, I gotta unhook my alternator. I gotta unplug my alternator too, the wire on it, but we're getting there, ain't too bad. Got turbo kit off. Piling the parts over here on the floor. Well, would you look what the cat just brung in. Had his brother drop him off at the garage. Look at him. You ready to do some work?
Yeah.
You gonna help me? You gonna work on yours? What you gonna do?
I'll help you.
No, you work on yours? Mine's almost out, son. I'll have this thing out by myself in no time. That's no problem. Once you go there and take them valve covers, put some new gaskets on them, and go and put them on the truck motor. I'll get you help. I'll put your coat on first. It's too dang cold down here. Might use a shorter extension. Yeah. I don't see one here yet. You want a toolbox.
Well, I mean, I can just use or I can just use this one.
Whatever you want to do, Tom. Whatever you want to use.
Yeah, I can just do that.
You'll have to pull that. You might have to pull that back little block off port. You might have to pull it out your way to get your what's caught down there. I gotta find me a little bit. You might have to pull that back block off plate. Be careful. How fast you want it to go this year?
How fast it you put it started to?
No, how fast you want it? What's your goal this year?
Go fast.
I know you want to go fast. You just want to outrun street cars, or what do you want to do?
I don't know how much the people that have been outrunning me lately.
Oh, so you want to outrun all the people in the streetcar lane.
Yeah.
You know, gas them fools.
Maybe outrun me because I've been having these little fire hose and all of this.
So you don't hour and hour coyote car you set beside?
Oh, of course. That thing is pieces of junk.
Oh, if they might run them piece of junk coyote car, every one of them. Any of them that y'all been out running him with, he said you're done for. Your Chargers, your Challengers, your Hellcats. He said all of you can get it.
Yep.
All right, look, Kaden got another hot rod out. Look, we got her loose. Fishing to pull her on out. Come on up with it, KK. See how we're going. I'll be back with you. Let me go and get this thing up. I gotta get the fuel line out of my way. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Look at him. About to total my crap. Calm her down, son. I gotta get the fuel lines out of the way. So I was telling y'all that Pro harness is nice. So now I gotta get this line loose. I gotta pull this line here. Get this out of my way. All that methanol fall over there. I gotta get this line loose right here. And then other than that, we're ready to come on out. We'll have it out in just a second. Here she is. She's coming on out. A couple little casualties. We got that little line right there I finally broke. So I'm gonna have to go through and cut it off. Pull that out a little bit longer for my back pressure sensor. But other than that, she's out. Ready to come on out. Didn't take too long. Wasn't too bad. Ain't the first time I did it neither, but going pretty good. Don't bounce it, Caden. You never bounce it. Jack it up slow. Man, I just looked at the clock and realized it's 8:10. I missed jiu-jitsu. God, I won't mess a fool up. But anyways, we got this thing out, so I hope it was worth me missing class tonight. For this gut right here ain't never gonna be off me. Like I said, it don't look bad. I'll pull the diaper off tomorrow. I'll pull the flex plate off the back of it. I'll pull the flex plate off of it. I'll pull the diaper off of it. I'll pull the balancer, the timing cover, and all that off of it. We'll flip it upside down. I'm gonna leave the intake on it on, put it on the engine stand. We'll flip it upside down and pull it out. I'm gonna pull the flex plate and I'm gonna pull the back cover off of it, and then go from there. Oh yeah, I was gonna show y'all. So when I have a crank spacer on here and a 6.0 flywheel, and I noticed tonight that when my converter's all the way together, this right here barely don't touch. It's like a 16th of an inch or something like that. It's very, very out. So basically it's holding in on that hub and this is flexing out. And I think that's what killed the thrust bearing. So I'm gonna change over to this style. I'm gonna take the spacer off of it and I'm just gonna run this style flex plate on it that's coned. And that way we make sure them bolts right there don't touch the converter. There we go. He got the valve covers on it. He got the top bolts in. He's tightened the water port up. The new oil pan fits really good. I think it's a muscle car pan I got off Nigel. I can't remember. The thing works really good. The motor mounts are tight. Them were some homemade mounts I built. Look, I torched off and made work. Small block mounts. Re-drilled them for the LS. Like I said, we got that took care of. So now we're gonna start putting the headers on this thing. We're gonna put the exhaust on it. Getting that part knocked out. Won't be much longer. Waiting on the transmission stuff. We get all that stuff rebuilt. Get it put in. Boy, we're gonna be at the track tearing them up. Well, both my welders have took a crap on me. Both my little Craftsman is about time to upgrade. But you can look at the black smoke around it. That primary's cracked. So I guess tonight, we're done for tonight. I'll have to weld this up tomorrow, or go buy me a welder tomorrow, and then I can start putting headers on it. So Kate told me, said, Dad, said, won't you put that bad boy in that thing? Son, that's 350 horsepower without a turbo versus 500 or 450. Now, I can't take this and outrun the list, but Caden says he can. I had to have the turbo, but then he's like, well, if you give me that with the turbo on it. So now he's trying to steal my motor with my turbo for that slug. I can't do nothing with that thing. If I had an intake for it, though, we'd hang us a nice turbo off that thing right there, and we'd let her eat. What do you tell him, Caden?
Please like, share, subscribe, comment.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.